Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, hi, welcome, and thank you for joining us. As y'all can see, I got the stuff ready to get my signatures sewn in, but we gotta do a few things before we get to that point. I was just getting kind of prepared to be prepared. Holy, me and my crazy self. Alright, so here is our cover. There's the pages. I'll put that over here. And that is my box of goodies that I got so far to go in this hair journal. Oops. And that's Fussy Cuts. We'll put them right there. I love that I got my project box back because it just, you know, if I feel like coming in and working, then I do. And if I don't, then I work on something else. And I don't have to clean the whole area up. All right. So we are going to take and glue our covers together. Do that first. Put our oh, I didn't get my oh, I got some right here. Yes, I do. Let me see. Yeah, I got the antique here. Get 2 of them. Because I want to put my metals on. I got to get me some corner protectors. I'll glue whenever which ways. Corner protectors. I almost had it together. Almost. Okay. Corner protectors. Got the shot of Mountain Dew. Now we're ready to roll, hopefully. Which I gave that glue that time to get down there anyhow, because I was getting irritated with it already. So how is everybody doing? Now this can be goopy. You don't, you know, you're just gluing the envelopes together. So I'm going to put it kind of goopy gooped in the middle there. I'm going to lay my glue over here. We're going to line these up. Let me see. Yep, that's the front. Going to line our covers up. Afraid where I kept folding that one there, it was going to be a little difficult to line up. Okay, good job, good job. All right, so now I'm going to go around the edges of it because, you know, I'm going to put my, just make sure that they're good. So I like putting the middle together, get it lined up, and then go, you know, do the edging. Now you can also, at this point in time, if you want, put lace on the edge of your journal. You know, like your outside cover pieces. I just like to go the middle, get the sides lined up, and then go, you know, lift it up, and then do a smooth edge on it, somewhat. Because then, you know, if I need to pull it, like you saw me pull it apart in one section to get it lined up a little better, you don't have to worry about fighting with the Fabri-Tac on your fingers as much. just in case there was any words. And I got Fabri-Tac on the desk. And then I can take... We're good. Good. And I just go around the edge and push it down real good. Get that glue good and adhere to it. Especially in this middle. And make sure that that's good and push down. Because, you know, I folded that a couple times already just to get the cover piece made. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get her centered up, put her closure pieces on. Should be around 4.5 here. And I'm going to put it about right here. So then I'll have that done. I'm going to put my corners on it. Put all the hardware on it and then get the signature sewn in. That looked like it was just a hair off there. Alrighty, so that is that piece. Let's get our hardware bits on the corner. Let me see. All right, because you know I about put them on the wrong ways there. About put it on upside down, and this was going to have to be the front cover. Ouch! I pinched my finger. Oh, goodness. Yeah, this green fabric, like I say, is kind of like a suede material. It's quite a bit thicker. So I might have to pinch it open a little bit more. To get them on there. Which is a good thing because it won't be as hard to get it over this corner here. Because the lace is not all the way into the corner. It might be a little bit tricky on this edge here. There we go. Get in there, buddy. So if you see, I pinch it open, I'll pull it open, and then I'll start working from the sides and going to the corner. And then that way, those teeth will catch the fabric and hang on to it, and it won't come off. Good. Yeah, the trickiest part is always in the corners where it has lace. So what I'm doing is I'm just opening them up, and you see right in there where it has like the little inset. That's what I call the teeth that catches the fabric. Okay, this one here. Catch out on there. There you go. Get on in there. I'm just poking that lace corner bit on in that. There we go. So then it doesn't pucker my lace pocket up either. I would like that to be a little bit more snug on there. Okay. All right. Well, so far it's looking pretty daggum good. Okay, see, I spoke too soon. That's what happens. That's what happens when you start bragging on yourself before you get the project done. As I said, so far it's looking pretty daggone good, and then, you know, we'll get to this corner and it's wanting to be a little difficult. But we got it. There it is. Did I just pick my fingernail? Yes, I did. I got it on the top. That's all right. I need to cut them anyways. Then y'all see me be fighting with everything to pick up something if I ain't got no nails. All right. There that is. Now, hopefully the glue is dried enough now while we've fooled with putting them corners on. We can poke these holes here. And this was made from a pillowcase, y'all. The cover. And then I don't know what the inside material is, but it's kind of like a suede material almost. There we go. Okay. Oh yeah, it works good. Oh yeah, it done good. Good job. That looks good. Okay. One day I was doing this and accidentally poked it with like the smaller hole. And I was like, well, why won't that go in there? Well, when it's supposed to be the 3/16 hole and you poked it with the 1/8 hole, that's probably why. I was just having all kinds of fits going. Well, I know I poked the hole. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this piece here. There we go. And these came from Temu, and they are a wee bit, if you can see, it's a little bit wider on the top than the ones that you get from the sewing section of Hobby Lobby. Oh, it's also a little bit wider than the hole punch too, but I like them because they set pretty good. Now watch this, I'll mess this one up as soon as I said that. Oh no, I didn't. Good job, me. Yay. I'll set up in there. It's probably because, you know, you put it in upside down. That's why it wouldn't stay up there. All right, now I hadn't picked out what color I wanted yet. I didn't know if I wanted teal or blue. I like both. Let's see what's going to look best with the cover. So the cover's going to set like right there. So now I can do that, or I can do that. Or we can just go with the pink. Because it's going to have, or we can do that too. Huh. Well, I think I'm going to go with the light pink. I think that's what I want to go with. Because I'm going to have the pink and teal lace coming out of it. the scissors here. Cut that. I'm going to guesstimate a piece. There we go. Then I'll have that. There can be another tie for another journal. Okie doke. So yes, I love the crinkled seam binding for journal closures, but as for tie topper bits, no, I don't really like it for that, because I like my tag toppers to be, you know, quite where it stands up, you know what I'm saying? And these, when you tie them in a knot, it just looks like a bunched up mess, and I don't like that. But journal closures is the way to go with the seam binding, yes. Love it for the journal closures. Okay, so now there is our journal closure bits. Now let's massage this over and get it folded up. So then we're going to pick out our journal pages and try to get our signature in, and then try to go through and pick out some pre-mades ephemera pockets and such, and see where we're at. And I like to take my bone folder and go down the inside of that so it doesn't pucker up, ow, and make it hard for your needle to go through. Yeah, see, because if you don't smooth that out, it's going to have a pucker in the middle of your spine there. Okie dokie, so now we got that done. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to massage it a little bit, just because, you know, we just newly glued all this together. Okie doke. And then there's our journal topper piece, and I'm okay with the lace being over that hole. That's why I wanted to put that on first before we did that. That is super pretty. Love it. Okie doke. All right, so let's put that to the side for a minute. Hiccups. Always got the hiccups. So now remember, this only had a few pages to this kit. Let's sling that over there. Anything that I sling over this way is, there's a chair right here, my bed's right there, my chair's right here. My printing chair, where I sat in it. The pink one, it used to body slam me in the floor. So I was setting it to print. Because I don't have to go up and down in it. I just set one level, you know, and it's fine. But then, so I sit and print and watch TV in that. And then I'm going to pull out the, sorry, these are older and they're crinkly as everything. But this is Carolyn Musings 39 lace pages. So I thought we could pull some of these pages out that has different colors. And I thought we could use some of those in this. So let's see. All right, so we have that and that and that and that. Now, what do I want to go up against the front of this? I actually think I want this. She's on the front page. And I think I like that right there. Actually, look at that. That is beautiful. Yep, love it. Front page. Whoopsie. Alright, so we'll do front page, next page, next page, next page. Okay, that's the kit pages. There was 4 of them and had 1 page of ephemera. So, and I've got quite a few kits that are like that. Okay. I don't know which way's up, really, honestly, here, so we're just going to look. Is that going to match the brown? Kind of not, but if maybe so. And I've printed, you know, several copies of each page. Now this you can write on, so I really do like that. And I think that's going to draw the blue in, you know, just a subtle blue. So I like that. So we'll do that. And it's printed front and back the same. So we'll do that one. This is a little too dark. And then this is a darker blue, and I really don't want that too much blue in it. I like the one that I got there. Now this is got a little speck of blue in it. I like that one. So that's the one we're going to go with. This I think is a little too dark as well. All right, so now this is kind of a pinkish purple, and I like that with this. I think that's going to go quite pretty with that, with the roses in it. Yep. So we'll do that page. Now this is a purple. You see the difference here? This is more of a purple tone. I like it because it picked, you know, it's that darker there. I like that. Okay, and then let's see. Yeah, I like that because these are going to be separated out throughout this journal. These are a little too dark. That's a little bit too dark as well. Kind of like that because it's a little lighter hue, and I don't think it is too far removed or too dark. You see, it is a little bit darker, but that's okay. We'll use it. And then this is, well, so then there's a different one. It's a little darker. This one I like too. I don't know about that. I like that one as well. Let's see. Here is like a rose tone. So I think I like that one as well in there. Now these are too dark. Now see, this has the heart shapes in it. So I'm going to put that in there just for good measure because, you know, it carries the heart theme. You know. So that is upside down. Okay. Now this has a little bit of blue in it with some wording. So now all of these here are apparently upside down. So we'll do that with it. Okay. So this has another blue light tone. I like that. Okie doke. This is a darker blue. That's a different lace with the blue on it. Then we have this. And then there's this one. Let's see, do we have that kind of color? Because I did have them spread out and then I messed it up. See, that's a little bit darker than that. A little bit lighter than that. And is that the same daggum page? Yep. Knucklehead. Knucklehead. Okay, let's put it right back here. Okie doke. We have that, and then we have this, and this, and this. And that still is different from all of those. So let's go ahead and pull that one out too. And then we have green. And here's the darker tone of that. I like the lighter. I'm trying to stay with the lighters here. Now this, you know, it kind of matches that green. It's not teal, but it does kind of match that green there. So I'm actually liking that. So we'll do that one too. Okie doke. And then that is a different lace. That actually might be pretty. Let's pull that one too. Why not? Okie doke. So that is what I'm thinking for our pages. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So we got a green and a green with different laces. And that kind of matches that. This is a little darker and it has the blue with the little teal on it. So I'm okay with that. Okay. So I think I'm going to put this center because I think that right there is going to look super pretty. We might put it on the bottom just so you can see those hearts hanging from up there. I like that. Yep, I like that a lot. Okay, so that'll be our center page. Where's my folder thingy bob? It's down here on the floor. Ouch. I'm going to fold them up. Just get them all folded and then we'll figure out, you know, where we want the colored lace pieces to go. I think that would be easier for my eyeballs to deal with instead of trying to spread them all out. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Oops, and I'm throwing my needle thread all over the place over here. Get over there and stay. Okie dokie. But yeah, I think that's going to be fun. I didn't even count how many pages that was actually. I don't know. And then what we'll do is we'll take the colored pages and kind of put light and dark, whatever, dispersed in, you know, in between here and there. I need to find that heart page because that was for sure going to be my middle because it is darker than everything else. Doesn't really matter how I fold it because it's the same on both sides. Okay, so now look. So this is the journal pages. So I did like, you know, where it has the tan and the teal alternating there is what I was trying to do there. Okie doke. And then that is the middle where it's going to have that stuff. Okay, so now the rest of these we're going to fold up and kind of alternate them throughout the journal. This one I like just because, like I said, it has the green, but it also has, like, you see, like the rose print in the background. It's kind of a turquoisey. I don't know how well that's showing up on the camera. Thought I had a blue one like that, but we got the blues here, so that's fine. And the more I look at this by itself, the more it kind of looks like it's got more brown in it. So I'll have the pinks, the greens, and the blues here, and then we'll just disperse them throughout. And here is a brown color. We'll count it as a, you know, one of them. And this is kind of the purple section. Okay. And here is the other blue one. Okie dokie. We may not need to use that one. So this is what, 5 pages here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 13 pages. And that's kind of what I was kind of wanting, around 13 or 14 pages. And that way, you know, you could use it for a whole month, is basically. And you have a page a day to write on, pretty much. You know, and then whatever you can't write on, we'll have decoration put on it. Like these, I like these because you can write on it with a darker ink pen and be just fine with it. Okay, and then plus, you know, this will be our, counted as like 15 or whatever. So that's going to be our, in the middle here. So I was thinking I was going to put it like in the middle of the page. But when I open that up, you see those hearts. You see what I'm saying? And if we put it in the middle, I like it like that. I think I am going to put it on the bottom. Yeah, because then you see the hearts with the doilies and it just all comes together. I like that. Okie doke. Okay. So now that is going to be there. So let's see here. Here's the pages. So this is a little easier to look at. Okay, is it all on camera? Alright, so. Okay, lay flat, buddies. Alright, first off, I think I would like to have this here and then a green here, just because I think that's going to look pretty with that. Okay. And I think this purple, brighter purple, will go really good with those flowers up against that. And then I want to have a blue there as well for the blue floral. You see what I'm saying? Okie doke. Now, which one of these? That, I think, matches that pink better than that. That looks more purpley. This here is kind of better tone with that. So we'll put that there. And also, I think I'm going to put the green here because of the green on it. You see the green here? There. Yep. Okay. Alrighty. We'll get fixed there, buddy. Alright, so then that leaves us, we can come off with the pink here. And we can come with the blue there as well. Does that separate that out good enough, I think? I think so. I think I'm going to like that. All right, let's put it together. Yeah, I think that's going to look good. So see, you have this pink here falling into that pink, then brings you to the green, and then that leads you over to this green, and then you have the blue faded in the background, which brings you to that blue, and then you have the purple color that leads you into this page that has like the blue florals here and the pink florals there with the bow, kind of goes matchy-matchy with that. That leads you into this page. And then you have the green that leads you into this page that has that pink that matches and the green that matches the florals. And then we go over to this page, which pulls from the faint blue that's in the background of this old paper here. And then we have the pink. And then we have the brown hearts. I wish there was a lighter brown one that had the hearts on it, but that, I think it was just that dark color. Okay, so that's going to make the bottom of that super fat. And I think I'm going to pull these out until I get it sewn in, because that's going to irritate the heck out of me. So y'all think y'all like that with the hearts hanging down with the hearts here, or should we put it in the middle? I think it's going to be better sewn in and it's more sturdy than in the middle, because in the middle it was just going to be like, you know, just the middle of this, and the top pieces might have been a little wonky. All right, so now that is that. Let's get it in our cover. Okay, so I'm going to sew the signature in, and I'm going to put the topper on, and then we'll go through and start picking out our ephemera from our pre-mades. Hopefully I got enough. If not, we'll make a little bit. It ain't no big deal, but I'm hoping to have enough. Now we'll just right at the edge of that bottom, try to get this here centered up the best I can. Alright, I'm going to clip this piece here first, because I got my thumb just squeezing the death out of it. Oh. Okay, I'm going to get this top piece here. Then we're going to go back over here and squeeze the heck out of this again. Okay, so now on the sides here, I'm going to take right here and hold that flap down to hold it in there better. That's what I'm thinking will work. That'll help hold that in place in the middle there. Yep, I think so. I think so. Okay. All right. Let's get my pokey mat and let's get to work. Whew. All right, y'all. Here we go. So I'm going to line, I usually line the middle poking hole up where the closures are, just because I know that's center. And then go in about a good inch here from the bottom. And so I'm liking that decision to put that piece there, because it's got two places that's going to be sewn in instead of the one that would have been just in the middle here, and it would have been flip-flappy. You know, I would not have liked that, because I was thinking about that last night. I was like, if I put that in the middle, then I'm going to have to put my end holes right at the edge of it, so it's not wibble wobble in the signature. I love this. It's coming together. It's just, I mean, it's making itself, y'all, really, honestly. But like I say, you know, I've got so many things that I just getting the time to print them, and, you know, getting it together is my problem, because, you know, I work 42 to 50 hours a week, depending, you know, every week's about 42 hours unless I'm sick. Well, sure enough. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to go back in the middle because of that piece. Just to make sure that that is held in there really, really good, and hope that I did not get my thread. Okay. And I found out the reason as to how come when I did this stitching thing here, it was not tight on the end because I was pulling the threads together instead of apart. And that was the whole problem on the original 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And then I went to the going all the way to the bottom and coming back up through the middle because, you know, and they were pretty taut. You have to know to pull the threads opposite. So when I was doing this, you know, I was just like, you know, just taking and pulling whatever, but you have to pull the thread the opposite way. So then that tightens it up. And I was not very clear on how to pull which way. So when you pull your thread underneath this one, you pull it that way. The one that's already hanging here, you pull it that way. You pull them opposite of each other, not. And I was just picking them up, pulling them together just any old ways, and it don't work that way. Does not work that way. And I just ripped that heart thing there with my fingernail. Just kind of afraid that was going to happen. Okie doke. Okay, so now let's pull these off real easy. Okay. These stay over here. Pretty good. And sometimes too, it wherever you pin it down at, that's where it's going to be sewn in at. So make sure when you pin it that you push those papers, you know, try to push them through the back of that. Because I have found too that a lot of times when I'm sewing signatures in, if they are not pulled straight up in, you know, in here in the V of your journal cover, they will be loose because it'll sew it wherever it's clamped at. Okay. Alright, so we'll put them in there where we had them. Okay. Okay, so we didn't use this page, so I'll just put it back in there and put those papers up. And I've got them just shoveled up in a mess here. But yes, that was Carolyn Musings, and I kept that on my laptop, and it is 39 digital lace patterns. And I thought those would be just, you know, beautiful to go in for some of these kits that only have, you know, the 4 or 5 pages like that. Alright, so let's put that back up in my paper kit box. See? I love this setup, y'all. When I tell y'all that this setup has just made me the happiest crafting buddy ever, I mean, I'm telling y'all. Because I'm like, oh, I want some fussy cuts. Boom, it's in the box right behind me. Ooh, I need to pull out a different fill-in page. And I've got a box that it's just journal fill-in pages. Then I got a box that's just journal kits, you know, with partial signatures and all the fussy cuts, you know, to make the ephemera and pockets and stuff to go in them. And I am just super duper loving the setup. Okay, so now lost the glue lid off of that. We need to put that up before it starts acting foolish. Okie dokie. Let's get you on there, honey bun. I'm just gonna glue this and let this, you know, blow in the wind basically. If I see that it's hindering anything, I'll tack it down. But for the most part, I'm just gluing this square thingy. Probably just gonna cover the heck out of it with the Fabri-Tac, just to make sure that it is secure on there. And I folded it up with the signature in it because that's the way that it is going to mainly stay, you know, folded up, of course. But I wanted it folded up so I know that it will stay, you know, go on there and be adhered down and not pop up. So I'm going to put this on today and let it get on there and set up. I'm going to stand up so I can see this. Get it on here somewhat straight and somewhat centered. There we go. Smush it. Smush it down. Sorry y'all are beating and banging and, you know, swaying in the wind up there, but okay. Yeah, so there we go. So that's why I said I wanted to get my hardware on, because I knew this may potentially hinder putting that hardware on. And then I didn't want to have it on there when I was sewing the signature in, because see where it overlapped here, I would more than likely, knowing myself, would poke that into the signature sewing in. Yeah, I didn't have to unsew it and put it back together. Okie dokie. So now, all right. I know I smushed the heck out of these roses here. Let's fluff them back up a little bit there. And do a little tack down right there on that. And maybe right in here on this, just a little bit. So I'm not liking the way that that's wanting to turn upside down. You see what I'm saying? It's wanting to flip up. I don't want that. Stop it. Because it makes it look like it's stretched somewhat, and I don't like that. Okay. That is fun and happy. And fluffing that rose up with the pearl in it. Oh, that is super cute. Super cute. Love it. Love it. Okay, quit admiring your work and do what you said you was going to do. How long have I been on here now? 46 minutes. Well, I'm going to get off here for today. Because when I get to looking through that pre-made ephemera, I don't want it to be a rushed, you know, try to hurry up thing. And then I also don't want it to run, you know, an hour and a half either. So, well, that is, we got the job done today. I'm happy where we're at. Because I knew it was going to be a minute to go through those, go through the pages and pick out the signature, just because I knew, I thought, like I said, that I had more blue in it than I did, but I'm happy with the colors that we got in that. I think that is super cute, and I wanted the lace pages in it. So I'm just happy there. I'm going to cut these apart because just the way it's cut is irritating. It just wants to flippy flap, and it won't lay how I need it to in my box. Alright, so I did go ahead and decorate these little guest checks last night after I got off the camera and cussed that backing on this roses. So these are some just scrapbooking paper that I stamped myself with the what is it, the label stamp set from Temu. And then I just have them in a little box over here. It says pink labels, mine, or, you know, knowing that I stamped it myself. And then I just cut them out and put Made with Love, and then have the little Paris postmark there. These are also the Temu background script, writing that I stamped on some postcards or journal cards. So I'm putting them in that. And then we'll round the corners, ink those up, and put a little floral decoration on those. And those will be pocket situations as well. And then I pulled these florals here from the Dollar Tree to play with and decorate some pockets up. I love that. Just beautiful. And then we have these as well. And then I pulled some of where it had some different, birds and such, because I didn't really want it just to be all about, roses, which, it has roses in it, but I wanted to add a few bird things here and there and some butterflies, just a happy spring pink and teal floral journal. Pink, teal, and blues. My favoriteest colors. So then on top of that, I pulled Vintage Rose Fussy Cuts by Ginger Journals. And as you can see, it has, all different sizes of roses in here that are just absolutely gorgeous. That I thought, we could do some journal cards or tags and such with, do something on some pockets or what have you. So I got those pulled out to work with. Give me that. So I thought those would go with this. And then I pulled Ginger Journals Vintage Bird Scraps Ephemera Kit, because it has, just the different pinks and blues and teals and with birds, And then I've got 80 Rose Fussy Cuts, and this is Tickety Boo Digitals, and these are smaller that are really good to decorate pockets and things like that with. Just the smaller rose florals. So just, and then here's some bigger ones. So it's just different rose stuff. So I thought those would be fun to play with as well, because they're a little lighter tone. Like this journal is, a little muted, not too bright. But, and then we still have, the background pages here to work with to make our ephemera. So what I want to do is cover some time cards and such like that with these papers, and use those florals, to bring them up. And this, it was from, who did I say? Fab Art Studio, I think. Oh, give me the paper. Yes, Fab Art Studio, which, by the way, over on Etsy, Fab Art Studio, Girl One Art. Let me be clear here. Fab Art Studio, Girl One Art, Ginger Journals, My Porch Prints, Wizard, what is it? Wizard something. Wizard Designs, I think is the name of it. But there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of shops that have 75% off. I mean, kits that are normal like $7 or $8 are like $1, 70 cents. So go over to Etsy. Those are just a few of my favorite shops that I constantly use. Oh, this is another one of those boxes I was telling y'all about, where I talk about it's like the magazine box size. I'm trying to find. Yeah, it's Fab Art Studio as well, but it's Wizard something. That's Fab Art Studio. Anyways, what the heck is the name of that place? This is a beautiful kit. It's Shabby Dreams Pink and Black. Now, I bought this kit last year, and it is full-size pages of these prints. So it's full-size, like that would be the whole page. So what I've done was unzipped them, and is that Maristal Studios. But, I mean, like, it would normally be a full 8.5 by 11, that print. But I unzipped them, and then I can go through and clip on them and go print it, you know, 4 to a page, 3 to a page, or what have you. So that's what I did with those to make journal cards with, out of that kit. So if you find a kit that is, you know, beautiful like that, that is full-size pages, play around with it, ask for help, talk to someone that, you know, that has your printer, your type printer or whatever. Wizard Art Studio. That's it. Wizard Art Studio. Beautiful, beautiful kits. They are normally anywhere from $3 to $5, and they are the single page, you know, like the 5 to 6 page things, but just beautiful, beautiful artwork, and well worth the $4 to $5. But, you know, I'm a cheapskate, and I have a budget. You know, I have $20 a week, and that's for my crafting. Everything else is for bills, put up, whatever. But they have a sale going on right now that is through March the 8th, I think is what it said on their website, that is 75% off. Run, you know, just run right now. Quit watching, run, and check their stuff out. Wizard Art Studio. Gerwin Art. She is the one that I love with, you know, the background pages like this, to where you can make your own ephemera and get the fussy cuts and dress them up. She has all kinds of seasonal, any and every color you could want and think of. Anywhere from 60 to 120 background pages. Well worth the $6 and $7 that she normally charges. Right now, they're on sale from anywhere from $1 to $1.50, depending on the size of the kit and if she has fussy cuts with them. And those are background pages. Now, she does have kits, you know, where like it's 270 some pieces that are background pages, that are true journal pages, and fussy cuts. So go check her out. I love her stuff. Alrighty, that's me on my pedestal about saving some money to get some beautiful, pretty, crafty items. Head over to Etsy and check all of those places out. Thank you. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.